The Wreakin Havoc crew returns to racing this weekend at Lake Buhlow in Pineville, Louisiana. With the racing season in full swing, this weekend will set the stage for those in contention for their specific class.
So here we are on Saturday, and I'm busting my round early morning before the driver's meeting. And I'm coming around where the dock is, where you watch the races. And I look over on the dock and I see Jasmine sitting over there with her pigtails, big glasses on, looking like she came out of a Barbie package. And behind her was her little dog. And on top of her dog was Rufus. And Rufus wasn't playing. Damn, Rufus! And about that time, Jasmine spun around and looked, seen her, pulled her leash, and then they came off of each other, stuck.
Oh, Rufus, and I turned around and they were, I'm gonna be a grandma.
I just want a puppy.
Boy, you should have seen Jasmine's face. She's just like, now, Rufus done got it.
Hey man, hey, you need to come down here to the dock, dude. Oh, you got a present?
Hurry up.
Come on, Grandpappy. Come on, Papa.
I thought somebody spotted me. He's like sitting on the dog.
I want a puppy. I want a puppy. I'm gonna call him Pineville or something.
Oh my God. Don't talk about it, be about it.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm a bad motherfucker now. Straight up, he lied. I am fat on 48.5 kids.
We'll around and find out.
They call me Quick Nick.
He f***ed up a junkyard with a rubber mallet.
Really?
That's nasty.
God, be perfect.
You better give your heart to God, because your ass is mine.
So we have the Mod 40 that we raced all last season that we did really well on. We took first in most races with that Mod 40 in our 130 class. We even took some first in the 150 class with that boat. We also brought the new Gen 2. We're really excited and we're driven to win with this boat this year. That's our main goal, is to focus on this Gen 2, get it lined out, and start winning with it. I think it's there. The concepts that we're playing with, they're just, when you're doing things that nobody's done, you gotta try things that nobody's tried. So that's kind of where we're at with it right now.
Well, we brought my wife down here. We brought an extra boat for spare parts. She decided she wanted to drive one, so she done burnt 12 gallons of gas out here figuring out how to run it. Well, somebody, I guess, got to whining about it had an onboard trim pump. It's on 12 volts. You stand on the cab plate and it won't even hardly trim because it won't trim under power. But they disqualified her, so I don't know. She can't run now, so I guess I'm back to the drawing board. I guess I'm gonna have to go build a motor so she can drag their ass with it when I get back home.
They're definitely getting faster.
Still gotta race the race.
Driving is also a part of it. You know, you gotta drive your boat. Taylor's super fast. You know, he got his shit lined down for sure. But you know, they're going to beat Frank.
Frank's fast.
I mean, Frank's fast.
Here we are in Pineville. It's Saturday, it's race day. Memorial weekend, we got a big turnout. A lot of people here, more campers we've seen in a long time. We're not running the fastest times that we're prepared to be running, but we got a new prop on there, took some weight off the back. So we're kind of just gonna throw a Hail Mary here on Saturday and see what happens. I think it's gonna be a lot of good racing, a lot of fast boats are here, so I think it's gonna be a really good weekend.
Sportsman class is basically somebody that buys a motor that's, a lot of it's stock. I mean, I'm not even sure if anything can be done to it at all. Justin's wearing it out. I mean, you better have it on your mind if you're gonna line it with him. He's wearing it out.
The sportsman's class has absolutely taken off. I mean, it is getting super competitive. These guys are out here competing, and the races are very close. It's actually really fun to watch. It ain't the fastest class, but everybody's trying to make a name in that class. You know, this is the beginner level class. There's some players in there that people hate, there's some players they love, but I'll tell you one thing, the guy that's dominating it all right now is Stickman. All right, Justin is his first name, last name Stickman. It's his call sign. And let me tell you something, if you jump in a sportsman's class, you better be ready, because he's coming. And right now, he's got it on lockdown.
They call this a sportsman's class, so 183 gears, 1,000 pounds, 12-volt trim, and can't really have raced before. So the idea is to use this class to build up the 130 class. So you would move from this next year to the 130. So
I want to talk about Dax. He is absolutely full sending it. This weekend, there's several times where he got a lot of air under his boat. And I mean, it lifted up high, and he's just riding it out. He never let out of it with a big smile on his face. This has got to be the baddest 10-year-old on this planet. I mean, I would challenge anybody for $5,000 bet that you can't bring a 10-year-old that's badder than our 10-year-old. There's no way. I'll put $5,000 on it.
As Saturday ramps up, the competition is steep and the racing is close. Several teams are striving to accumulate more points for their yearly championship standings for the Southern Three-Cylinder Outlaw Drag Club.
One thing I think is really cool is getting the girls out there racing. You know, you don't see a lot of it. And I hope our club actually starts getting more and more. That'd be really awesome. But Taylor's wife, Jessica, got out there in the 130 class Saturday. But she got out there and I told her, I was like, listen, you're gonna have to compete with these guys. Don't take no shit out here, okay? They're gonna try to get you. So you gotta be on your game out here, all right? Don't let them do none of that shit on the light now. I said, you need to come in with a game plan and let them turn you out. I said, you gotta come in and win. And actually lined up with her right off the bat, gave her first loss. I mean, some say, why'd you have to track her? Why'd you have to half track her? Well, I think it's more disrespectful to let out on somebody than have track them.
So Bryce, he's not on the Mercury race team, but we're thinking maybe he should be by now. But he's super fast, and I know he's working with Sean Bounds. I'll tell you what, he's getting down this weekend. He's fast.
So on Saturday, we got to the 130 class, and Bryce Dupree was in the class. And this is the first time I ever seen Bryce race. He raced at Zona, the last Zona race, but we weren't there, so I didn't see him race. And man, he is really, really fast. He's very competitive, and for the second race, man, he's already right there with us.
Fishing 130 has a new face leading the way after Saturday. Bryce Dupree claims the victory with B. Scott right on his heels.
He beat us on Saturday. He put it on us. We got second, he got first. But he deserved it. He raced really well.
Good racing, man.
Appreciate it. Okay. Good racing you.
Yes, sir.
It was a lot of fun.
Pleasure, dude.
Good meeting y'all.
Now we're gonna do the long walk of shame. We were worried about the Gen 2. We knew we had to cover a lot of ground with the Gen 2, so we had to put all of our time and effort into the Gen 2. And we hadn't put the 130 boat in the water, tested with motor nothing, since March, the first Zona race. So, you know, it's one of the things, being prepared in this kind of thing is key. And all the stuff that we've had happen this year with the paint department, you know, trying to get the Gen 2 prepared, the Marsh Runner Gen 2 thing, I mean, just all that combined, we're just behind the ball. And this is one of those sports where if you're not currently always moving forward, working on it, you know, like everybody else is, you fall behind real quick. And I don't think we've fallen behind with it per se, but you know, we're definitely like, we have to do some tune work to it.
We're changing cap plates. The water's super shallow here, so there's a bunch that we weren't prepared for.
The red lighting was something that the club struggles with. You know, you get 2 or 3 different people on the barges running red lights, inconsistent red lighting. What they will allow and what they don't allow per different opinions or whatnot, it's just out of control. You gotta get, the race has to be ran the same. I think everybody's seeing that right now. They put Darren on the barge. Let me tell you something. He ain't playing. You know, you come in a little fast, red light. Come in a little fast, red light. He don't care who you are. It'll be his own blood, red light. It don't matter. He shows no favoritism, is the way it should be. He's laying down the law, you know. Poor Quentin, he didn't get to run at all. He showed up 3 days early, 2 days early, got all ready to run his Mod 40, and he didn't get to run anything because he came in too hot. So he got red light, red light, red light, and red light. I mean, he might as well put his boat in the water. You know, that 2-step button's getting him in trouble. You know, everybody got a 2-step button now, and I think that's what, I mean, I pretty much think that's what went on this weekend. Is everybody went to the 2-step button. They didn't really have it figured out to the radars, and everybody paid the price. So the 2-step button is pretty much something they hold down. It's like a launch button in the car. They're holding a button down, and they got the throttle all the way down. It's like me, 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 me. So they got it programmed to go like 7.5 miles an hour. And so when they see that light turn, all they gotta do is let go of the button. So it automatically makes the twist quicker because they're already twisted all the way. It improves the whole shot quickness and gets it on down track a little bit faster. They say it's 1/10, 1/10.5 faster than just seeing a light and making a twist. So everybody's pretty much gone to the 2-step button, which we're not doing the 2-step button, and honestly, we probably need to. It would probably save us a little bit of time and put B. Scott back in first place.
150 comes around, fishing 150, and man, if you didn't know, now you know, Nick West is fast. I mean, he's like Robo West out there. He comes in, slaps down the most consistent runs you've ever seen, and he's fast. So we're really glad to have Nick and Frank West on the team this year. They do a lot to push the product. You know, they're constantly working and getting faster, and it shows. Because right now, Nick West is the guy to beat. You know, if you see Nick West in the 130, 150 class, there's a good chance he's fixing to run it. And, you know, from this past weekend, just watching him in Pineville, most consistent racer that's out there, and that's hands down. And I think moving into this next Pineville race, he's going to be the man to beat.
Saturday's standings in Fishing 150 looks to be Quick Nick's weekend acclaim.
Yesterday, when we went to start testing Benta Prop, we just put it on the trailer hitch and tried to do the best we could with it to match the other blade. And I mean, just thank God that it worked out. I mean, we were running pretty much the same times we were running at home, and everything just worked out. Luck was on our side today.
Here we go, man. It's the last race of the day, fishing outlaw, last but not least. We're gonna see what we can go out here and do. Spend all the time Thursday and Friday setting this up, hopefully getting as fast as we can, but we're out of time, so we're about to see what we're made of.
Man, I don't know. This is only my first class and last class of the day. We're just gonna try to keep it right side up, man. I got a brand new boat, complete new motor. When I flipped the other motor, man, it tweaked a bunch of stuff on it, so we just scrapped it, started over. It's not running right. The boat's kind of all over the place. I don't think I've been able to make a full 660 hit all weekend without letting out of it because it's acting crazy.
So on Saturday, the Fishing Outlaw class came around, and man, it was real close racing. It's 11 boats out there. We ran it in the Gen 2, and we finished third, which isn't terrible, you know, because those boats were fast. So we finished third, and Brandon Henry, he wasn't even going to run the race, but Russ actually talked him into it. And Brandon ended up beating Russ and me and ended up winning the class. So that just shows you the Yamaha team, how far they've come as a group and how fast they've gotten.
The Yamaha crew has claimed the top spot in Fishing Outlaw for Saturday, with Brandon Henry leading the charge.
It's Sunday, and we had a long weekend, and it's Memorial Weekend, too.
Memorial Weekend, yeah.
It's nice to military and the armed forces to do what they do for us, come out here and enjoy ourselves. It's really important.
Make the ultimate sacrifice, you know, for us to be here and be able to do this freely. You know, it's just something you can't find anywhere else.
Yeah, those guys go out there to do their thing for us to come out here and do our thing. So we're blessed for that, and we appreciate it.
God bless America.
I love the smell of race fuel in the morning.
It's Sunday, so you know we're doing everything we can to compete. What we got? Third and outlaw.
We got third and outlaw Saturday. So hopefully today though we can creep up there some more.
Which was really good because there's 11 boats in the field, so Gen 2 did really good. We're just not quite there yet. We're still trying to figure this all out, but we are making improvements. We are catching ground.
We are getting closer.
If we can place first today in outlaw, that'd give us first for the weekend, maybe. If everybody else.
Well, it depends on who got second.
Yeah, I know. We're trying. We're working. We're working.
On the other side.
We got Burr this morning, so we're at it. We didn't drink no beer last night, so we're staying focused.
Today is our last day of the races, so we're going to try to throw everything we got at it and see what happens. You know, thankfully we got lucky yesterday, and because there's a lot of fast people out there, so we was able to pull it out. We're going to try to do the same thing today. So
yeah, we're dealing with shit we never dealt with before. The life of building boats, man. You try something different, everything's different. Everything's different. Transom angles and dead drives, water pressures, and then we're trying to chase Mod 40, which is a horrible boat to try to be because it's fast as shit. But it could be a lot worse. At least we're chasing our own selves, you know.
So we're not going to put this boat in our line of production until we've got all the bugs worked out. We want it to be as user-friendly as you can make it. I mean, we want it to be plug and play, you know? We don't want guys to have to get this boat and then put hours into setting it up, and, you know, we kind of want to write the rubric on how to do it. And we want to get all the bugs and kinks worked out to where when we start producing this boat, you know, it's a finished product. And it's not going to be hard to use.
Rumor is this morning that I got given some lights yesterday, so caught on the wind, which is fine. We're going out there today, and we'll just see if that little half mile an hour, you know, they're complaining about is going to make the difference.
Sunday, we worked the Gen 2 over and over and over, and we actually picked up quite a bit of time just working the boat over with props, and I think we ended up borrowing a prop from Josh Westbrook.
And we got quicker, and we really were confident that we were going to be way more competitive on Sunday. Start racing, we're lining up, and I'm dragging them out of the hole, and I'm coming out good and clean, and I'm running clean passes. And I start hearing a tick in my motor, like a tick, tick. And then it gets to when I come out of the hole, and after I'm on plane and I'm running out about 100 feet down track, it's a bop, 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 bop. We had a motor malfunction of some sorts. I don't really know what the problem is. I don't know if our battery maybe doesn't have enough volts to the, the ignition or what. So then when we start pulling time, I don't know. But it's Sunday, and there's nothing else, going on. So she's done for the weekend. So I guess she's gonna go out rather than be on Sunday. We made some great leaps on performance for the Gen 2s this weekend, and we feel confident that when we come back, it's going to be a different story.
Brandon Henry and the Yamaha crew claimed the weekend title for Fishing Outlaw, with Russ Crone placing second.
So it just tells you how far the Yamaha guys came to competing with the Mercuries.
I'm telling you, 3 years ago, we wasn't running this fast. it's helping us develop our product. You know, that's why we're number one. And these guys are helping us do it.
So on Sunday, the 130 class came around, and we're out there racing. And, you know, everything's going good. We're running good times, and it comes down to me and Nick. Me and Quick Nick at the end of the race. He's consistent as can be. And we're coming in, and he beats me by, I would say, 3/4 to a full boat. And he had every bit of it, too. I mean, my cleanest pass, his cleanest pass, and he came out on top. And that's gonna come down to, you know, us and Cuz put stuff together, get a little bit quicker, so we can come back and, you know, take the throne back.
Nick West rolls through the weekend in fishing 130 and looks to set the tone moving forward in this class.
B. Scott takes first place for the weekend because he was able to beat Bryce out on Sunday. Sean Bounds got Bryce's motor rolling. Bryce was the first time he raced. I mean, the talent he's bringing to the water is crazy.
That right there was some racing. That was a fun class, man. We started off, I took the L to Nick at the get-go. I was like, okay, it's gonna be a long road to the top. And man, it was just a lot of fun. Me and Bryce had a picture-perfect finish. I'm really happy for Frank and Nick. I love the American flag, you know. Thankful for all of our troops, all veterans. You know, we wouldn't be able to do this without y'all. So we're gonna use this as a stepping stone and move on. Just in case you didn't know, if there was a race that Quick Nick was in, he won it. Whole weekend. Quick Nick is the shit, by the way.
If it wasn't for the people out there that sacrificed and signed on the dotted line for our country, none of us do this here. And we're very grateful and thankful. And we can't never pay enough back to them. We're just humble. We're humble. We're gonna lose humble, we'll win humble.
So the 150 class, old Nick West, man, he's a robot out there. I mean, I know that you can't hardly tell what boat is what because of the camo, but you can always tell it's Nick because he has his elbow jacked up like this. Not only is his boat runs the same every time, it's the way he, I mean, well, actually it's this way. I mean, it's just like, I don't know what he does, but it's awesome. I mean, he's such a robot, so disciplined, and he's super fast. If he gets any faster, I don't know what the hell we're gonna do. Everybody's looking at Nick, like, okay, what is he doing?
Quick Nick wins the Fishing 150 class on Sunday as he waves the flag for both days in this class.
We went undefeated in the fishing classes. We've been putting in a lot of hard work, like long hours at the shop, long hours on the water, moving weight around, trying different props, trying different setbacks, and even trying different power head combinations, and we just struck on something, and you know, it's working.
The Yamaha team is coming around and starting to kick some of the Mercury, but that ain't. There's one Yamaha missing, and when it does come, that's a wrap.
Yesterday, they wanted to talk about me being fast in the buoy, and Darren was on the bars, team leader. I was like, okay. This morning, I went and knocked a two-step down, 6 mile an hour two-step. Wasn't taking no chances, still bust everybody out there. So, you know, whatever they want to talk, they can talk it, but
around and found out. Motor turns 9,400 RPMs in an outlaw class, and it only turned 8,000 a day. Yesterday, it would only turn about 6,500. So we're going home, and we're gonna take that thing to the board shop and get her bored and put a fresh set in it, and bring her back, and they really gonna around and find out then, because we're going 1-2. You can take that shit to the bank.
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I was motivated.
That's what I thought.
You can finger in my
boom,
face.
boom, boom. Conflict.
I would love
solved.
to see the rematch because I missed the whole thing.
No, maybe next time.
Okay.
I did the over-the-top shit to him.
Maybe next time.
I did
We'll
over.
see.
It was left hand. I beat with my left hand. I'm left-handed, so it was just
I'm
right.
right-handed.
But I'm 44 and he's 22.
You know what they call this in South Arkansas? The tow truck.
Oh man, look at that.
All right, B. Scott.
Where do you think you got them things from? Yamaha's got faster. Mercury guys are sucking it up. I mean, they're not doing it really good right now. I mean, it was a good weekend. Can't complain. We learned so much on the Gen 2. Whether we learned enough to fix it or we're still designing, we don't know yet. The races are growing. They're supporting Havoc in big ways, and to me, that's awesome. And seeing everybody, even though they struggle, they're fighting, they're pointing fingers, I'm there in the middle trying to keep everybody calm and say, look here, man. You know, if you suck, you suck. If you're winning, you're winning. It is what it is, you know? So we're all pulling together. On Papa Smurf here, I feel like Papa Smurf sometimes, trying to keep everybody together. But overall, it was a great time, and I'm looking forward to the next race. You know, my father was in the military, 82nd Airborne, in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Spent a lot of days watching him jump out of C-130. Military was a big part of my life. I thought I was going to be in the military when I was growing up, but I decided to build boats instead. For all those guys that go out there and do what they do, for us to do what we do means a lot to us, and I wish more people would take the time to watch an old war movie, put themselves in their shoes for one moment, and the next decision they make would be a better decision, I promise. Only thing we can do is keep telling people the truth and show them the way, and maybe something will mean something to somebody.
Our Memorial Weekend race at Pineville went really great. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better time. I think we made great leaps and jumps with the Gen 2. I think that we brought out some characters of, you know, who's going to be leading the pack this year.
The standings in the Southern Three-Cylinder Outlaw Drag Club through 3 races is close. Pineville set the tone again, and the 2023 race season is faster than ever before.
One of the main reasons I enjoy the boat races is going around and eating other people's food. And I'm completely missed out on it. So that's my only regret.